Hello 6th class, a very good morning to all of you. So in our previous classes we started with our new chapter, that is fractions, which is chapter number 7 of our NCERT. In that we learn how to represent a fraction using a figure, and if a figure is provided to you, how to find out the fraction for the shaded part. In today's class we are going to learn how to represent our fractions on a number line and what are the different types of fractions. Okay, so first is fractions on a number line. Fractions on a number line. So suppose we want to represent a fraction which is 1 by 3. So you see that this fraction is greater than 0 and it is less than 1, that we know. It means this fraction should lie somewhere between 0 and 1, that is clear to us, okay? Between 0 and 1, this is 0. Now question is, in how many parts our 0 to 1 part should be divided so that I can represent my fraction on that. It means I have to check the denominator of the fraction. In it we have given 3 and in numerator 1. It means this is one part of total 3 parts. 3 part is the whole. It means we have to divide our 0 to 1 into 3 equal parts. So I am going to divide, so this, suppose this is 1, I am going to divide into 3 equal parts, this and this. This is going to be 1 by 3, this is going to be 2 by 3, and this is going to be 3 by 3, which will be equal to 1. So I want to represent my fraction 1 by 3, so this is going to be here. So 1 by 3 is here and this will be this much amount, okay? So 1 by 3 is this one. Suppose next we have 1 by 7, okay? So question is, example 2 is, we have to represent 1 by 7. So represent 1 by 7 on number line. So first we will have to see in how many equal parts I should divide the part between 0 and 1. So we have to divide, from here we can conclude that we have to divide 0 to 1 into 7 equal parts, okay? 7 equal parts. So we will divide our number line into 7 equal parts. Suppose this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so the seventh one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So first one is going to be 1 by 7, second one 2 by 7, third 3 by 7, then 4 by 7, 5 by 7, 6 by 7, 7 by 7, which is going to be 1, and we can proceed further also, which is going to be 8 by 7 and so on, okay. So where is our 1 by 7? This is 1 by 7. So this will represent our 1 by 7 fraction. Similarly, we can represent another fractions also, like 3 by 4, okay. Now I want to represent 3 by 4. So example 3 is 3 by 4. Represent 3 by 4 on fraction line. You will check the denominator, okay. Denominator will tell you in how many parts you need to divide your 0 to 1, okay, your 0 to 1. This means your 0 to 1 space. So I will draw a number line using pencil and ruler. In your copy you will be using that. So now I am going to divide into 4 equal parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this is going to be 1 by 4. This is going to be 2 by 4. This is going to be 3 by 4, 4 by 4, and so on. Okay. I don't need to go further. So 3 by 4 is here, 3 by 4 is here, and this is going to be equal to 1. This is going to be equal to 1, and 3 by 4 is going to be how much? This is going to be this much, okay? From 0 to here, 3 by 4. This is 3 by 4 friction, okay? So in the old example that we have seen, whether it was 1 by 3, whether it was 1 by 7, or it was 3 by 4, in all of these were the fractions less than 1, and you might have noticed that the numerator is less than denominator, okay? In this we saw that 1 by 3, 3 by 4, 1 by 7, 2 by 5, in all of these, okay, in all of these your numerator is less than denominator, okay? If such is the case, then these types of fractions are known as proper fractions. Proper fractions in which the numerator is less than denominator, okay? So what if your n is equal to d? If our numerator is equal to d, suppose 3 by 3, or maybe 4 by 4, or maybe 7 by 7, or maybe 100 by 100, and anything, okay? It will be equal to 1. It will be a whole number. If numerator is equal to denominator, it will be a whole number, that is equal to 1. And third is we have numerator greater than denominator. If numerator is less than denominator, we have a proper fraction, okay? So what if numerator is greater than denominator? In that case our fraction is improper. You can take examples such as suppose 7 by 4, or you can say 8 by 5, 111 by 93, and so on, okay? You can take examples. You just need your numerator greater than denominator, okay? So this is your improper fraction, and there are three types of fractions. One is your proper fraction, which is this. One is your improper fraction, which is this, and third is your mixed fraction. So what is mixed fraction? Mixed fraction is that one in which you have whole number as well as a proper fraction. Suppose 1 by 2, okay? You have whole number and you have a proper fraction. You can write it as 1 plus 1 by 2, okay? Other example of mixed fraction is, it is 3 7 by 8, okay? So this mixed fraction means 3 plus 7 by 8. It means 3 whole plus 7 parts of total 8 parts. And this means that 1 whole plus 1 part of total 2 parts. Okay. So these kind of fraction, or you can write 30 by 31. Okay. So this is 5 whole plus 30 parts of 31. So these kinds of fractions are known as your mixed fraction. So three types of fractions: proper, improper and mixed. Proper are those in which your numerator is less than denominator. Improper are those in which your numerator is greater than denominator, and mixed are those in which we have whole number and a proper fraction. In mixed fraction may you have whole number plus your proper fraction. Okay, these are the three types of fractions. Now we will learn how to represent our improper fraction on a number line. So the three examples we did earlier were of proper fraction, 1 by 3, 3 by 5, 3 by 4 or 1 by 7. All three were proper fractions. Now we are going to take one example of improper one. Suppose we want to represent, now we have improper fraction on number line. Okay, example we have to represent, suppose 8 by 5. It means that 5 will represent 1, 5 parts will represent one whole. Okay, 5 parts will represent one whole, you will remember that thing, and each part is going to be 1 by 5th. Okay, so you will take hint from denominator, so you will take hint. 5 parts will make a whole and each part will be 1 by 5. Each part will be 1 by 5 and 5 parts, or you can say 5 parts will make a whole. Okay, so what does that mean? Suppose we have 0. Okay, so we are going to divide our line into equal divisions like this. Okay, equal divisions we have divided into this. So this is, suppose this is, we are starting from 0. So one part, this is 1 by 5. Next part is also going to be 1 by 5 plus but 1 by 5 plus 1 by 5 will be 2 by 5. So this distance is going to be 2 by 5. Then this is going to be 3 by 5. 3 parts of 5. Like we have done in proper fractions. 4 by 5, 5 by 5. This we used to do in proper fractions, but because this is improper, implies we have to move beyond 5 by 5. Next will be 6 by 5, then 7 by 5, 8 by 5, 9 by 5, 10 by 5. 10 by 5 is going to be 2, then 11 by 5. Okay, but each part will be 1 by 5. We have to take that from your denominator. So we have to represent 8 by 5. So where is your 8 by 5? Your 8 by 5 is here. Okay. This was one example. We are going to take another one also. Suppose we have another improper fraction which is 7 by 11. No, this is proper fraction. We will be representing 11 by 7. Okay, numerator is greater than denominator. So what does that mean? We will check the denominator. Denominator is 7. It means each part will represent 1 by 7. Okay, fraction, and 7 parts will make a whole. 7 parts will make a whole. We are going to skip writing that one. So we are going to divide our number line into equal divisions. 1. Okay, like this. So this part is going to be 1 by 7. This will be 2 by 7, 3 by 7, 4 by 7, 5 by 7, 6 by 7, 7 by 7. 7 by 7 is going to be 1. 8 by 7, then 9 by 7, 10 by 7, 11 by 7, 12 by 7. What do we want? We want 11 by 7. So where is your 11 by 7? 11 by 7 is here. You just need to remember two things. First thing is, on the number line, each division should be equal. If your divisions are not equal, you are not doing it correctly. Second thing is, from the denominator, either of proper fraction or of improper fraction, you have to take hints from denominator in how many parts you are going to divide your 0 to 1. Okay, so suppose this was 5. This was 5. So how many parts you have to divide your 0 to 1? In 5 parts. So each part will be 1 by 5. And each part will be 1 by 5. Okay, 1 by 5, 2 by 5, 3 by 5. this part is 1 by 5. This is also 1 by 5 because this is 4 by 5, 5 by 5. So this part is going to be 1 by 5. Okay. So this is how we are going to represent our proper and improper fraction. Next topic is how to convert an improper fraction into mixed fraction and mixed fraction into improper fraction. So first we are going to do improper to mixed. Okay, fraction is obvious, so we are talking about fractions only. Okay, we are learning how to change an improper fraction into mixed fraction. So we will take example of any mixed improper fraction. Example is suppose 11 by 7. So what you will do, you will divide 11 by 7. Okay, 11 by 7. It is going to be 1, it is 7, and then it is going to be 4. So your mixed fraction is going to be quotient remainder by divider, which is going to be quotient is 1, remainder is 4, and divider is your 7. So 1 4 by 7, or which is also 1 plus 4 by 7, but this is correct representation. Now suppose we have 61 by suppose 30. Okay, so what we will do, we will divide 61 by 30. It is going to be 261 remainder. So it is going to be quotient remainder by divisor. You can learn this by this half circle. Okay, so we are going to start with 2, then we are going to we are going to start with 2, then we are going to write 1, then we are going to write 30. Okay, so we are going to write in this order qr by d, and this is going to be qrd. Okay, qr by d. This is like this. So we are going to take one another number. Suppose we have 27 by 5. Okay, 27 by 5. What we will do, we will divide 27 by 5. We will get 5 5s are 25, remainder is 2. So we are going to follow this loop, which is going to be 5 2 by 5, 5 5 2 by 5, 5 2 by 5. So going to be this qr by d. Okay, this is how we are going to change our improper to mixed fraction. Now reverse, how to change our mixed fraction into an improper fraction. Okay, how to change our improper fraction into how to change our mixed fraction into improper fraction. Now we are going in this direction. So suppose we have 1 4 by 7. Okay, so our improper fraction is going to be it is going to be, this was your q r by d. Okay, so this q was 1, r was 4, and d was 7. It will be q d plus r by d. Okay, so this is going to be 1 plus 1 into 7 plus 4 by 7, which is going to be 7 plus 4 11 by 7. Okay, so qd plus r by d. Okay, denominator is going to remain the same. Okay, here it was d, here it is also going to remain d. In numerator we have to make modification. It is going to be qd, here multiplication, here we have to multiply, and here we have to add. Okay, so qd plus r, qd plus r. So we are going to take another mixed fraction. Suppose we have 30 and 11 by 60. Okay, now we want to change it into improper fraction. What we will do, we will follow this qd plus r by d. Okay, or you can forget about the alphabets. You can just remember that we have to multiply these two and we have to add this one. Okay, so it is going to be 60 into 30 plus 11, and denominator is going to be same, that is 60. So 30 into 60 is going to be 1800 and plus 11 by 60, that is 1811 divided by 60. So this is your improper fraction corresponding to this mixed fraction. Okay, you can take other examples and do practice for conversions from improper to mixed and from mixed to improper. Next we are going to do try these. We have to show 3 by 5 of number line. Okay, that we have done already. We are going to do, this is page number 137. Try these, question number 2. We have to show 1 by 10, 0 by 10, 5 by 10 and 10 by 10 on number line. On a number line, okay? It means that we don't have to use separate number line for each fraction. We have to use a single number line and we have to represent all these fractions, and it is going to be quite easy. Why? Because denominator is going to be same. So what we will do, denominator is same. So what we will do, we will draw a number line and make equal divisions. Okay, now denominator is 10. It means each part will represent 1 by 10. So this is 0, this is 1 by 10, this is 2 by 10, this is 3 by 10, this is 4 by 10, 5 by 10, 6 by 10, 7 by 10, 8 by 10, 9 by 10, 10 by 10, 11 by 10 and so on. Okay, and this is 0 and you can write 0 as 0 by 10 also. Okay, 0 by 10 is going to be 0. So first we have to represent 1 by 10. So 1 by 10 is here. Okay, 1 by 10 is here. Where is 0 by 10? So 0 by 10 is here. So I am going to write here 0 by 10 is here. Next is 5 by 10. 5 by 10 is here. And next is your 10 by 10. So your 10 by 10 is here. So you have represented all the 4 fractions on a number line, and you see that it is quite easy to do that. Now question number 3 in the try these is, I am going to do this verbally. Can you show any other fraction between 0 and 1? Yes, we can represent many number of fractions between 0 and 1 which are less than 1 and greater than 0. There are going to be uncountable number of fractions between them. So you can write any fractions and you can represent them. You can use 1 by 4, 1 by 5, 1 by 7, 2 by 7 and so on. But the fraction should be less than 1. So next is fourth one, how many fractions lie between 0 and 1? They are going to be uncountable one. Okay. You can think about that and then we can discuss that in our class. Why is that possible? So now we are going to try these of our page number 132, 138. Okay. Try these of 138. These type of question are important. is question number 1, A part, which is you can read the question from the book. It is A part. Write a proper fraction whose numerator is 5 and denominator is 5 and denominator is 7. So the required proper fraction is going to be n by d, that is 5 by 7, or you can directly write 5 by 7. Okay. So B is whose denominator is 9, numerator is 5. It is going to be 5 by 9. Numerator 5, denominator 9. C, whose numerator and denominator add up to 10. How many fractions of this kind you can make? Okay. Now they are saying that numerator and denominator will add up to 10. Okay. So we will see that. First one is you have to make the combination. First I can take n as 0 denominator as 10, okay. Then I can take 1 and I can make it 9 because 9 plus 1 is going to be 10. Then I can take 2 and then 8, and I can take 3 and then I can take 7 denominator, 4 by 6, 5 by 5, 6 by 4, 7 by 3, 8 by 2, 9 by 1, and 10 by 0 is not possible. So this is these are the numbers that you can make using numerator and denominator sum as 10. So D is going to be whose denominator is 4 more than numerator. Okay, numerator can be anything, but whose denominator is 4 more than numerator. So they are talking about this, okay. Or you can say n by D, where D is equal to n plus 4, okay. You have to give a proper fraction, so we are going to make one only, okay. So suppose I am going to take n as D, okay, n as 1. So your denominator is going to be 1 plus 4, that is 5. You can make another fraction also. Suppose you are going to take your n as 7. If n is 7, it is going to be 7 plus 4, which is going to be 11. So etc. You can make other fractions also. Next is if fraction is given, how will you decide? Just by looking at it, whether the fraction is less than 1 or equal to 1. Okay, how will you decide? We have discussed this earlier. If numerator is less than denominator, then your fraction is less than 1. Okay, if question number 2 is if numerator is less than denominator, implies fraction is less than 1, okay. And if n is equal to D, okay, suppose 5 by 5, then it is going to be 1, okay. So implies your fraction is equal to 1, okay. This is this. Next we have question number 3. Question number 3 में we have to use the sign greater than, less than and equal to. So we are going to do question 3 now. It is first one, 1 by 2 dash 1. Okay, now see that your proper fraction is less than equal to 1, okay, and it is greater than equal to 0. It is greater than equal to 0 and less than equal to 1. You have seen that when we were representing our proper fraction, we were starting from 0 and we were ending at 1. And our improper fraction is greater than 1. Okay, so it implies that our proper fraction is going to be less than our improper fraction. Okay, so now here we have 1 by 2 and 1. This is one part of 2 and this is one whole part. So which one is bigger? So your one whole part is going to be bigger. There is a method of comparison of fractions, but we are not doing it in 7.2. We will do it in I guess in 7.4. So we are going to do it simply 3 by 4, 3 by 5 and 1. So your improper fraction, or you can say that improper fraction is greater than 1. So your proper fraction is less than 1. Okay, it is not equal to 1, it is less than 1. Then third one is we are using this, okay, we are using this. and then we have 1 and 7 by 8. This is our proper fraction, and proper fraction is less than 1. So this is going to be the sign. Then we have 4 by 4. 4 by 4 and 1. You see that 4 by 4 is equal to 1. So these both of them are going to be equal. 4 parts of 4 means whole, and this is also whole. Then fifth one we have 2005 by 2005, and then we have 1. So 2005 and 2005 will cancel out. We are going to get 1, or you can say they are getting all parts of whole. So it is going to be equal to 1. So they are going to be equal. Now we are going to start with the exercise, which is 7.2 exercise. In the next class, because we are done for today. Next class we are going to start with 7.2, and also we are going to learn what are equivalent fractions and how to find the simplest form of fractions. Have a nice day.